Business and marketing is all about communication. You need to understand communication. And to understand communication, you need to understand how the brain functions. The brain has different components that comes together, work together to make a decision for you. In this part of the brain, there's something called thalamus. That's like the operating system of the brain. Just like you have Windows in your laptop, you have Android on your phone. Those are operating systems. The thalamus does the same thing for the brain, is the operating system of the brain. So every input you get input through your eyes. The things you see, that's an input. This what you smell, that's an input. What you taste, that's an input. Touch, that's an input. What you hear, that's an input. All these input first get to the thalamus, the operating system. The thalamus will have to send this information to the neocortex. It's somewhere behind your head. Then, somewhere here, somewhere here below, there's another part of the brain there called the amygdala. The amygdala handles feelings. It is that's the emotional part of the brain. The amygdala. The amygdala is quick in making decisions. It's just the emotional part. It only knows feeling. It doesn't know anything else but how something makes you feel. The way somebody makes you feel is the amygdala that does that job. When you see a face and you recognize the face, if you feel like approaching the person, it's the amygdala. You don't feel like approaching the person, it's the amygdala. It's the feeling part of the brain. When you get an input, that input is supposed to go to the neural cortex for decision. The neural cortex will take a decision on that input and send it to the amygdala. Then the amygdala would send it to the prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex is where you now use that information and do whatever you want to do with it. However, on the movement of that input from the thalamus to the neocortex, what happens is that some bit of that information will first drop to the amygdala. While it's still moving to the neocortex, it would have already gotten to the amygdala. Some part of the information would have gotten to the amygdala. So the information that got to the amygdala is not the full input, just some bit of it. And the amygdala will make a decision on that bit. So that decision may be wrong, it may also be right. But the thing is, that information is not the full data. Any decision you take at a split milliseconds, that's the amygdala. It was not made with the complete data. The complete data will get to the neocortex first. Then the neocortex will do its processing on it, then move it to the amygdala. Then the amygdala will send it. So when you are having a conversation with somebody, don't be in a haste. Don't talk rapidly. Take your time. Because that milliseconds you wait before you respond or before you say something, you might think there's nothing you are thinking about that moment. Don't bother. Something is going on in your brain without you doing anything about it. Do not be in a haste and talk rapid, or somebody asks you a question and you just respond immediately. It doesn't mean that you are smart or that you are more intelligent. However, if you just wait a milliseconds, the full data will get to the neocortex. Then the neocortex will process it, send it to the amygdala, and send it to the prefrontal cortex, and then you can make a wise and more intelligent response. Understand this, and your communication will become much better.